welcome back to episode 5, Bar Exam Drills podcast. I'm usually here with Brandon, but he's away doing a motion to suppress. We discuss further in his podcast, the Accord Law podcast. He has a bunch of episodes, but I'm pressuring him to just go ahead and post them. So maybe you can email him to pressure him to get them out because they're really good. And he speaks passionately about many legal issues as an attorney, especially child custody. So he's busy, and I thought it would be a great time to just do my own podcast. There's a bunch of stuff that has come up recently that I wanted to address, and here's the first question that I got. It says, "Hi Sandy, thank you for letting me try out the program. I do eventually want to use the program. However, I am considering taking a break from the bar for a period of time. I am too burnt out to study successfully and am frustrated with the MBEs. Last administration, I took a couple thousand MBEs on a certain MBE program, which is the largest MBE program in the bar prep space and uses actual MBEs. I was scoring in the high 60s to low 70s in practice. I don't feel this translated to actual exam performance." So she showed me her scores, and for sure they didn't, and I'm not sure why. I will reach out when I decide to retake. So looking at your question, the first thing I want to address is that if you were scoring 70 on the practice, if you take 1440 for California and divide that by 2000, that's 72%. So you're scoring, and that's failing anyways, so you need to score higher than 72. I think it shouldn't be in the Bar Exam Drills app. I get you to complete the level to 90%, which I think is a fair number. It's a higher number, but allows for some mistakes. So if you're doing 200 questions, that's 20 questions you can get wrong, which I think is fair in a practice setting. Now, there is scaling, like for example, the essay grading score of 65 in California is passed, so that does not equal 72, which is 1440 divided by 2000, and that's because of scaling. So there's that, plus the scaling is why it probably didn't translate to actual exam performance. The other thing I wanted to address is it's not only you. I posted that internet meme on social media just after the bar exam that somebody made, and they said they did thousands of questions on that system, and they had a picture of a Cheeto holding a door closed while law enforcement was coming in with a battering ram, and that was supposed to be the actual MBEs. So it just shows that they felt that with that system it didn't adequately prepare them, and I think that's correct, because I think that that system is not effective and can be worked, and probably leaves these gaping holes in which in bar exam drills I address. So I think it is a lot of hard work, and I stated in the last podcast that I think you should go ahead and take whatever time you need to come back to this hard work that you have to do. I said in my reply email to you is that you already got a sample of it by doing so many questions last time, but by doing so many questions, it does not necessarily, I shouldn't say necessarily, it doesn't mean that you'll have a successful MBE score, just because you have to look at what it's recording, right? The amount of questions, if you're not learning, doesn't matter. It's what you're learning that really matters. Okay, so next question or comment. "Hello, San. Shout out to this person, by the way. They've had the app for like just a few days, and they're they're killing it. They're so far into the levels. It's amazing." The question they asked at the end that I'd like to address in this podcast is, does a PT section work like how the essays work? And yes, exactly. They're drills just like the essay drills that you have seen before. Plus, I have a couple videos where we break down just exactly what to write as you go down in write memo, either objective or persuasive, which is the most common types of performance tests that are currently given. Next question I got from a foreign attorney that's coming here to take the exam. They said, "Do you think I should purchase a bar prep course to learn theory of California law, given that I've only studied the New York theory?" So the New York gives the UBE, which is a uniform bar exam, and California gives the California writing for one day on Tuesday, but the UBE portion of the multiple choice, which is an MBE on Wednesday. And I calculated the last exam, I think it was 92.875 was on multi-state subject, with the only subject being professional responsibility, which was 7%. If you stay focused on those multiple choice, you're learning multi-state law, you're reinforcing that thinking, and if you would have just stayed with that alone, you would have gotten 92.875 of the exam, and that 7% you could have picked up a week before, a few days before, just beefing up what you learned in law school in professional responsibility, which was the only non-multi-state subject. So to answer this person's question, no, I think the Bar Exam Drills app is the only app you need, and especially since the essays in the app are California-based essays. So yeah, that's the only app you need. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, and the user had asked me to go ahead to unlock the essays and the PTs, those sections for them, so they could work on that simultaneously with the MBEs. You know, that's like a trigger question for me. I said no, and then I explained to them why, and I wanted to show you my response here. It'll go across the screen, but I wanted to hone you in on this paragraph, which is, if you do not agree with it, I am fully ready to refund your money. Meaning that for me, I'd rather you not use this system your way, because I don't think you'll pass like that. I have a system to pass this exam, which I've had historical success if you look into who's taken and passed. So if you're going to use this app and not follow the way that it works and it's given respectfully, I'd rather you just not use it. I mean, I don't think that it's going to help you. If you don't believe in this system, it's going to hurt you. With that point, I've been posting a lot of Instagram stories where Gary Vaynerchuk says that you can't spend all your time trying to convince someone who doesn't want to believe, and that's fine. They may very well pass anyway, but they are constantly working against this system, this app that I put out to help people pass. It's just not going to work. It's a lot of conflicting energy, and it just won't work in the end. So that is the way this app is set up, to do MBEs first. And if you don't like that or agree with that, fine. You know, it's a free world. So please go do whatever you think is right, and whatever you think will get you to pass this. By all means, I really wish you the best. I don't mind whatsoever if somebody is using a different system to pass. I had a previous episode, a lot of episodes of the Bar Study Motivation podcast where people used a different system to pass, like Aaron Reyes, episode 9. Episodes 1 through 5, they used something else, their own system. Episode 7, Olivia Willis, shout out to Olivia Willis, she had her own system to pass. And this was, I do want to say, this is because I didn't have my system out yet. My system is very new, and I get that there's some hesitation in using it, and that's fine. Time will tell of what system works and what system doesn't. This is the app, and this is the way it runs, and it's there for you if you want to use it. If you use it, you should really believe in it and not doubt it, because if you doubt the system as you're using it, that's just not going to work for you. Okay, and I guess that's it for today. Hopefully for the next episode, Brandon will be done with all his stuff and we can go again at this, and I'll have more questions as they come in and I'll address them with Brandon on episode 6. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you have a great week.